don't use your arms when you deadlift. Now, what do I mean by this? All right, let's use the squat as an analogy here quickly so we can get an idea of what the mistake that I'm talking about here. So when you squat, in general, when we lift, right, gravity likes things to be low in a stable position. So when you squat, you want to be flat-footed. You don't want to be up on your toes. You don't want any give at all in the ankle there. You want to be flat-footed the entire time. The same thing is true in the deadlift, only I'm not talking about your feet. A mistake that we sometimes see, this can be a little bit of a subtle mistake, but a mistake that we sometimes see in the deadlift is that lifters will accidentally flex their arms when they're deadlifting. Now, when does this show up? Let's get this belt off. All right, so when does this problem show up? It usually shows up for newer lifters, sometimes experienced lifters though too. It usually shows up in the setup, specifically on step 4 when we're squeezing our chest up. And it will show up in people who have a pretty solid idea that they want to pull the slack out of the bar, which is a good thing, but this is what you want to have happen. You take your stance, you take your grip, you bring your shins to the bar, and you squeeze your chest up. You'll notice, listen for the bar. We're pulling the slack out of the bar. But we're pulling the slack out of the bar because as we squeeze our chest up, watch my thumb imitating the bar. As I squeeze my chest up, my arm wants to come up because I'm squeezing my chest up. I don't want my thumb to come up because I'm pulling with my arm, actively pulling with my arm, just like I don't want my heel to be off the ground in the squat. So I don't want to do this maneuver right here. I don't want to set my back and then try to pull the slack out of the bar with my arms. As soon as you do this, you've got a couple mistakes here, all right? You've got a couple problems with bent arms in the deadlift. Number one, you've got shorter arms. Shorter arms in the deadlift, never an advantage. You want as long of an arm as possible. This is sometimes associated with people trying to do shoulder retraction in the deadlift as well. Again, you don't want that. And the second reason this is bad, and this is also why shoulder retraction is bad, is you have got now a force transfer leak, a power leak, if you will. Bent arms are a weak method of transferring force from the things that are moving the bar, your hips, your legs, all the muscles surrounding those body parts, all the way up through what hopefully is a rigid back, down through a nice, long, non-deformable arm, because it's already as straight as it can be, into the bar. A bent arm is a deformable arm. This will be the limiting factor in your deadlift if you have a bent arm. So how do we fix this problem? Couple cues. Number one, long arms. Number two, straight arms. Number three, go-go gadget arms. And that kind of brings us to number 4. When you're squeezing your chest up, you can just tell yourself to get as far away from the bar as possible. Obviously, you're still connected to the bar. Stance, grip, shins. I'm kind of close to the bar right now. When I squeeze my chest up, step 4, I'm going to try to get away from the bar. I'm trying to move as far away from the bar as possible by squeezing my chest up. So, long, straight arms in the deadlift. Don't have a power leak. Don't have tiny little short arms. Hope this helps you get stronger and live better.